I never thought I would be big into mobile gaming. But over the last few years, I've actually been doing a lot of mobile gaming. It's just such a convenient thing to do while I'm on the go and whenever I'm bored or whenever I have downtime. These are just good time wasters. And I think right now, with everything that's going on, some good time wasters is what we can all really use. These are a few good time ways to check out, no matter whether you're someone who is stuck at home, working remote like me, or if you're an essential worker and have to get out there and still keep moving. Thank you so much for all the work you're doing. But let's get into it. Let's check out these games. A couple of things to point out before we get started. Pretty much all of these games are free to play, which means that pretty much all these games do have a pay to win mechanic or at least a market or store or something like that where you can use real money so you can pretty much support that game if you want to. I have a few words to say about that on a couple of these games, but we'll talk about that later. The last thing I want to say is all of these games have the ability to play auto or at least have that option. And I know that for mobile gaming purists, they would think that a game that has auto mechanics is kind of destroying the game or ruining the game. If you're playing a game, you're supposed to be literally tilted down at your phone, tapping and controlling the way. And that's fine. All these games allow you to do that if you want to, but all these games allow you to not have to do that and actually allow the game to fight for itself or travel here or travel there by itself. It's just convenient for some people, such as myself, who may not have as much time to actually do things manually and kind of like to be entertained by watching all the skills and stuff that I've earned just kind of work on its own and be like a little bit of episode or movie to me. The first one up is AFK Arena. You guys know that in the RPG world, AFK, or especially MMOs, AFK pretty much means away from keyboard. So AFK Arena, again, is a game that collects resources while you're away from the game. So when you jump into the game, you notice immediately that you have resources that are built up overnight and you're able to actually collect those and use them in order to build your characters and do other things in the world, which is a pretty cool aspect, I think, for this game. The story of AFK Arena is unoriginal, and it's your typical hero story, traveling the world, and pretty much the other games that I'll be talking about, which I keep saying all the other games. It's just a few games that we're talking about today, but they all have the same story of you're going to be traveling through a world, collecting characters or heroes or what have you, and fighting demons or villains or whatever evil that world has. In AFK, the world is Asperia, and you're collecting heroes from different factions that have different skills, whether it be mage, warrior, or kind of a ranger type, or however you want to put it. They're all here, and you're able to build those characters using all the resources that you have in the world. The main currency is diamonds, but there's also gold. And this is where the pay to win comes in. AFK Arena doesn't really have a lot of. The AFK Arena actually has a pretty vast pay to win area. So there's a lot of different packages you can use if you wanted to, including subscriptions, so that you can pay monthly into the game and of course get more resources, which allow you to summon more characters, which is where the pay to win aspect of this game and the character leveling of this game kind of starts to fall apart. Now, before I get into that and the other cons I have for this game, let's talk about the things I really like about this game. So, for the pros, is definitely those same heroes I was talking about. AFK Arena has a lot of characters. They all have kind of these deep stories that has been built out for them that you can actually read through. And if you take the time to read through it, they're some pretty cool backstories for all these characters, and they even give you some diamonds resources for reading those stories. So it's pretty cool to read them, and that's one of the things I like. I like the artwork, I like the graphics, I like the different environments, and I like the campaign. And by saying I like the campaign, I have to roll right over into the cons for this, where the campaign can be a little bit frustrating because of how long it takes you to level characters. When it comes to leveling the characters, you actually have to summon quite a lot in order to get copies of your characters so you can actually evolve them up. So you level them up, and then when it's time to evolve them to that whole new tier, you need more copies of those characters. And the fact of the matter is, AFK Arena releases new characters all the time, a little bit too frequently. So now the chances of summoning some of those new characters is not great at all. Even if you pay money, it doesn't guarantee that you're going to be able to get any of the new characters, or you're going to be able to get that copy of whatever character that is that you're trying to evolve, you're trying to get to the next level. And this might cause your character leveling to just come to a stop. So you just have to keep doing your dailies. If you're a free to play player, then you're going to keep doing your dailies, keep grinding and doing all the things around inside the game, until eventually you just get enough to keep summoning and summoning, and eventually you will be able to build up your characters enough so you can continue on with the story and continue on with the campaign. And that might pull people completely out of this game. Sometimes you will get milestone rewards that are paid, and I think they're like $25.99, and this is a sour spot for me because they are pretty much displaying this as a reward for all the hard work you've put in to get to this point. Here's this package, and instead of giving you the package for free, they're like, well, we'll give it to you for $25.99, and you only have 2 hours to purchase this package. This is not something that is a real reward for any player. This is not something I like seeing in a game. So, as much as I do love this game, as long as I played this game, I've played this game for quite a while, and I will continue to play it. As far as those like milestone rewards, I call BS on that, and I never really use them at all. It's fine to have packages that are a few bucks to give you a few resources to get just a little bit more to maybe get your character to the next level, or maybe to be able to use that new skill or whatever that is. But when you start asking for $25.99 and you put a time limit on it and then you call it a reward, I'm just gonna glaze over that completely and bypass it. So that to me is a con for this game. Chronicle I've been playing for about 9 months. It's a pretty cool game with an awesome opening theme, and they switch up that theme to a different song every now and again, and that other song is also a nice song. I do like the campaign and how they actually display the story, how they take you through this whole story. And it seems to be a little bit long because I've been playing this for 9 or 10 months now, and I'm not even finished with the main story campaign. But there's another reason for that as well. When it comes down to the character leveling and the resources, the pay to win aspect of this, that's where things can get a little bit tricky for this game. The game devs seem to have went an extra mile to limit the resources in this game. Even if you were paying money, it's not worth it. The pay to win in this game means absolutely nothing. You're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to get enough resources, even with your own money, to be able to max out a character in like a quick stretch of time. If you really like grinding, this is the game for you. If you really don't like pay to win, this is the game for you, because there is areas in the game, there is a section, a little marketplace in the game where you can actually buy packages. You're not going to get much. And also the last thing, which is kind of a con for this game as well, which is there's not a lot of people playing this game. You're going to have to lean on the auto mechanics a lot when it comes to going through dungeons and things like that. Because I don't know, maybe the player base shrunk after a while. I don't know how long this game has been out. Not sure. The last game on the list is Tales of Wind. Tales of Wind is as JRPG as it's gonna get. So if you're someone who really loves JRPGs, this is the game for you. It has pretty much everything that you expect from a JRPG. If you're used to the Final Fantasy world, if you're used to the world of like Terra, things like that, it's here. You have your ranger classes, your warrior classes, your mage classes, and of course a vast world where you have demons on one side, humans on the other, and there you go. The pay to win in this game, which I guess is funny that it's a JRPG game, and the pay to win in this game is real. Okay, so you can definitely speed through the game a bit. If you have deep enough pockets, you can definitely do that. There's a lot of packages to purchase. and it can give you lots and lots of resources so that you can get better armor and better equipment, all that kind of stuff. You can definitely pay your way through this game. I highly suggest that you don't do that, because if this game is cut off at any point in time, or if this game makes an update that ends up changing how the characters are leveled, or how they are how they fight, or anything like that, you could really end up in a situation where you feel that your money has been wasted. And it will be a lot of money. These packages are not cheap, depending on what you're purchasing inside this game. And the whole thing about it is you don't have to do any of that. You can literally play this game and have a lot of fun. The story is cool. I like the characters, all for free. So take it however you want to do it. If you want to pay to win, this game will let you do that. If you want to play for free, this game will allow you to do that. And of course, that also means you move a little bit slower. But I've liked it. I'm over level 70 on my character. Still enjoying the game. Again, a game that I play every single day. All right, and that's about it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. I hope some of it, one or two of these games, or you will actually check them out and you will enjoy that. You will be able to play it, and of course be able to burn up that time if you have excess time or downtime anywhere and you're a little bit bored, you just want something to do. These games will definitely fill that little void. So I hope you guys do hit the like button and subscribe, and be back for more tech videos and streams. And I will see you guys in another video. You have a good one. Bye.